Stop.
Hold it right
Everything
there.
you know about your own birth
That's a lie.
is a lie.
Don't believe it.
Well, okay,
What can I
maybe
say?
not a total lie,
Woohoo!
but a massive
I did it.
oversimplification. That makes you sound like a track star, when you were actually more like a guy waiting in line for a very, very fancy nightclub. Yo, what is up, everyone? I'm
Hello,
Leo.
everyone. Welcome to
Today we are diving into the most competitive race in history. Except, here is the kicker.
Whoa!
It is not actually a race.
All right, class.
You've heard
Today
it since
we look
middle
at the
school health
incredible
class,
journey of
right?
these 300
You were the
million
fastest sperm.
racing
You won the
towards
gold medal
egg.
against 300
It is
million
quite
others.
Remarkable.
It's the ultimate ego boost we all carry around. But science is dropping a bombshell. The fastest sperm doesn't always win. In fact, speed might be the least important factor. Imagine a world where the egg isn't just sitting there waiting for a winner, but is actually an
Let
elite
me see that
gatekeeper,
again.
picking and choosing who
Yes,
gets the
right this
VIP
way.
pass. Let's get into the truth about how you actually got here. Okay, let's bust some myths that have been stuck in our heads for decades. Myth number 1, the great sprint. We always picture this Olympic-style dash, where one super fit sperm outruns everyone else and crashes into the egg, like a football player hitting a pylon. That is totally wrong. It's actually more like a marathon, through a maze filled with traps and sticky walls. Most sperm don't even finish. They get lost. They get stuck in the weight room of the fallopian tubes, or they just run out of gas.
Almost
By the
there.
time they get to the
Keep
egg,
going. We
it's not
did
just
it.
one lone survivor, it's a whole group of them, arriving around the same time. They're basically all hanging out around the egg,
Really hits the
like
spot.
guys at a house
Did
party,
anyone RSVP?
waiting for the host to
He said he
finally
did,
open the
but
door.
I don't see him.
The idea of one fastest winner is just a story we told to make biology sound like a sports movie. Myth number 2, the egg is passive. This is the big one. We've been taught that the egg is just this giant, motionless prize,
Nope.
waiting to be claimed by the victor. Nope. Science is now showing that the egg is actually extremely picky and incredibly active. It's not a trophy,
I see them.
it's the manager
Hold the line
of
for
the
now.
world's most
Verifying
exclusive
the
club.
list.
For a long time, we thought the first sperm to touch the egg was the one that got in. But researchers at Stockholm University and other places found that eggs use chemical signals. Think of them as scent trails
Wow, look!
to attract specific sperm. And here's the kicker. They don't always attract the sperm of the partner you'd expect. The egg is literally shopping for the best genetic match. It's not about who gets there first. It's about who has the right key to the egg's very specific lock. If the egg doesn't like your vibes, or more accurately, your DNA, it's not letting you in, even if you're the fastest swimmer in the pool. It's a total shift in how we think about biology. We aren't the products of a random race. We are the products of a very careful, very mysterious selection process. So if you're feeling uncoordinated today, don't worry. You weren't a track star. You were just the one with the best resume. So
Here, you can
how
see
does
the
this actually work?
details of the Golgi apparatus,
Let's break down the logic,
essential for protein
using some
storage.
brain-bending science.
Amazing, right?
When the sperm get close to the egg, they enter a zone called the chemoattractant field. Think of the
We've
egg
got
like
the
a giant
hits to
radio
help you
station,
on your way.
broadcasting a
The
very
morning
specific
drive
signal.
starts right
And the
here.
sperm are all little cars with radios, trying to tune in. But here's the crazy part.
My.
Researchers found that the egg doesn't send the same signal to every sperm.
What is happening?
It actually releases chemicals that literally lure some sperm while ignoring others. Let's use our first metaphor. Imagine the egg is a high-end art gallery. Outside,
Finally made it to
there's
the
a crowd of hundreds of
Reviews for
people.
this exhibit have been
Those are the
incredible.
sperm.
I heard they have.
In the old version of the story, the first person to kick the door down gets the art. But in the real version, there's a massive, invisible velvet rope.
Can't go through.
The egg acts like the head bouncer. It looks at the crowd and says, "You? No. You? Maybe. You? Yes. I like your style. Come on in." This style is actually genetic compatibility. The egg is scanning for things like the major histocompatibility complex, or AHC, which is a fancy way of saying it wants a partner whose immune system is different enough to make a super healthy baby. It's literally scanning the sperm for its biological ID card before it even lets it touch the surface. Now, for metaphor number 2. Think of the egg as a high-tech smart lock. Every sperm is carrying a key. In the old story, we thought all keys were the same, and the fastest one to reach the keyhole wins. But actually, the egg is a shape-shifting lock. It changes its tumblers based on the chemical signals it receives from the sperm. It's performing a molecular handshake. When the sperm touches the outer layer of the egg, called the zona pellucida, a series of chemical reactions happen. It's like a secret code being typed into a computer. If the code is wrong, the egg stays sealed shut. It doesn't matter if that sperm is the Usain Bolt of cells. If it doesn't have the right digital signature, it's not getting through the firewall. Wait, it gets even weirder.
Wow.
Once the egg chooses its favorite candidate and lets it in, it immediately triggers a cortical reaction. This is like an instant security lockdown. The moment that one lucky sperm enters, the egg releases enzymes that harden its outer shell, making it impossible for any other sperm to get in. It's like the club bouncer slamming the heavy iron door and bolting it shut. The second the VIP enters, this prevents something called polyspermy, which would be a total disaster for the embryo. So, the egg isn't just picking the winner, it's actively shutting out the losers. We used to think fertilization was an attack by the sperm. Now we realize it's much more like a negotiation, where the egg has the final say. And the craziest part? We still don't know exactly what the perfect resume looks like to an egg. We know it happens. We see the results. But the exact conversation they're having on a molecular level is still a mystery that scientists are trying to decode. It's like trying to listen to a whisper in a crowded stadium. Now, let's get weird.
Magic. Here goes.
What if we could actually decipher this secret language? What if we knew exactly why the egg picks sperma over sperm B? If we could crack that code, it would change everything. Imagine a world where we could help the egg make a better choice. Right now, in things like IVF, we often just pick a healthy-looking sperm and inject it. But what if we're overriding the egg's natural
I don't
instinct?
understand the readings at all.
What if the egg knows
The
something
data
we
is
don't?
inconsistent with all known.
Maybe it's rejecting certain sperm because of tiny, invisible genetic flaws that our current technology can't even see. By forcing a specific sperm in, are we skipping a crucial quality control step that nature spent millions of years perfecting? Dor, think about this. What if the choice isn't just about health? What if the egg is actually choosing for personality or traits? Okay, that sounds like sci-fi, but we know that DNA carries so much more than just eye color. If the egg is the ultimate curator, then every single human being on Earth wasn't just the fast one. We were the chosen one. That changes your whole self-image, right? You aren't a lucky accident. You are a curated masterpiece. But let's flip the script. What if the egg gets it wrong? Or what if we could hack the egg's signals? Imagine a future where we could use lure chemicals to make the egg choose sperm with specific traits, like higher intelligence or resistance to certain diseases. It sounds amazing, but it also sounds like a literal dystopian movie. If we start messing with the bouncer at the club, we might accidentally let in someone who ruins the party. Evolution has this complex, multi-layered filtering system for a reason. If we start bypassing the egg's choice, we might be messing with the very foundation of human diversity. What if the egg's choice is what keeps our species adaptable? If all eggs started choosing the same type of sperm, we'd lose the incredible variety that makes humanity so resilient. We're talking about the fundamental gatekeeper of the human race. It's a lot of pressure for a single cell, don't you think? It makes you wonder, if your egg had chosen the sperm that was just a millisecond behind you, would you still be you? Or would you be someone completely different? The butterfly effect starts way earlier than we thought. It starts before we're even a single cell. So, the next time you feel like you're not winning at life,
Be okay.
just remember, you've already won the most exclusive audition in the universe. You didn't just run fast. You were selected for your unique brilliance by the most sophisticated biological scanner on the planet. You are the VIP. But I want to hear from you. Does knowing you were chosen, rather than just
What
fast,
do you have to say?
change how you think about
Tell us
yourself?
your story.
Or do you think there's even
This
more to the
totally
story
brightened my
that we haven't
day.
discovered yet? Let me know in the
Creative
comments.
idea, dear.
Then hey, if you want more
Subscribe to
mind-blowing
Leo
science
Monkey Explorer.
that makes you feel like a literal superstar, hit that subscribe button and join the crew at Leo Monkey Explorer. Stay curious, stay energetic, and I'll see you in the next one. Leo, out.